time, and I wanna spend some time with you. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us.
Say what again?
I dare you. Say it with me now. Oh boy.
Where you at? Where you ribs at?
Cookie, y'all.
What?
Cookie, y'all. As y'all know the routine.
Didn't I tell you about starting these freaking videos without? I told you.
I'm just doing what I do.
Okay, sir.
Don't get mad. Well, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It is I. Hold up. I almost forgot. Let me mess it up. What's up? Welcome back. Welcome back.
Your ass don't get copyrighted.
Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Mr. Mo Style, Lady Mo Style, and we got 2 PZ in the back. Woo! Make some noise. Woo!
She be hella extra.
She actually got her butt up and went to the gym with us today.
Yeah, we don't know what
Oh
was
my.
wrong with her.
I don't know what she was doing, but she went.
Dying in the gym.
God spoke to me.
Did it? God spoke to you? And he said what?
Get up, you lazy bum.
Yeah. I'll get you.
He said get up, lazy bum.
Didn't he tell you that every morning when you sleeping in late and missing your stock stuff? Is that what he telling you? She said,
She
"Get up,
been
you
not
lazy bum."
listening, but like he spoke real loud today, huh? But yeah, she went.
But so we had our daily run, no Smoothie King.
I had peanut butter crackers. Yeah. And I had y'all know I'm always.
That bougie water.
Whatever.
Only bougie people like nasty tasting stuff, right?
It's like nasty tasting. It says Forever Blackberry. From France.
Ain't nothing black about it.
It's not supposed to be black in color.
Right.
That means it's additives if you see that.
I guess.
Well, that's good to me. And that's who's drinking. But anyway, you started to...
Yeah, we back with another one. We're gonna talk about a couple things if we got time today. I'm gonna start off with your boy. Woo! I done ran off on the plug. Woo!
Oh, Lord. Plies. Don't talk about my friend like that.
Hey, that's my boy too. I like Plies, but here lately, I think if y'all ain't been paying attention to his Instagram or stuff, then you don't know. You're not in the know. But I know because I pay attention. He been popping up heavily in my feed. I'm like, you know what? First time, this was okay. Second time, Third time, you got me looking at him. Fourth time, I'm really looking like, okay, who got you, nigga? What did you do to get trapped by the laws?
You've been posting a lot of videos.
And the laws I'm talking about is the Democrat laws. Because they must have got Plies and Big Gates record on something. And he got to do what he got to do. That's what I'm thinking. It's my personal opinion. I don't know anything.
This does not reflect the views of others. What's that little thing they be saying?
I am just a spectator, okay? But if you know Plies, here lately, he been going heavy in on
Trump.
On political. On Trump.
It seemed like since he got convicted, because right before he got convicted, when he was in court,
Man, he was saying stuff then.
he was saying stuff then, but he done got harder since after they convicted him and he don't get ain't get no charges.
He got charges. He got convicted.
Well, whatever. He ain't going to jail. So and everybody know this motherfucker ain't going to jail.
Everybody knew that from the get-go. How you gonna
So
have an
I think
ex-police
Since
officer go
that-
to jail?
Yeah, what?
How you gonna not an ex-police officer?
like, what?
Ex-president. I mean, and his Secret Service go to jail with him. But so everybody knew that he wasn't going to jail. They just trying to make it look, which Plies has been going in, and I'm like, which this is going back to what I said before. They keep talking like it's only 2 candidates. That's the problem I have.
It's only 2 candidates, David.
No, it's not.
Hey,
It's not 2 candidates.
let them tell it. It's only 2. JFK don't stand a chance. He'll never win.
Let them tell it. And you know why they say he'll never win?
Because they're not giving him an opportunity to.
Well, he making his own opportunity. He out there in the streets, talking to people, trying to make stuff happen. So he out there, and if you're paying attention, you'll see. When they talk about there's no other person, that's a lie. That's BS. Because he's been around for the longest. We're going a new way. We just sightseeing right now. And like I said before in my past videos, he's done more, fought against corruption, fought against this and that, and wants to change from the big corporate powers, just effing everybody up right now. And if you see my last video talking about jobs being outsourced to India, you should know what I'm talking about. If your job has been outsourced to another country, you should know what I'm talking
A
about.
lot of companies about to start doing that.
Oh, why'd I come this way? Right after I wash the car. And that's the problem. That's why I say we need to stop messing with them companies. Just stop using their services. But, so Plies has been going in on Trump, which I ain't got no problem with that. Do your thing. My only problem is with any of these people who got something to say, they only saying something about one person. He ain't saying nothing about which people are saying Biden has done so much for us. I don't know what he's done because ain't none of whatever he's done has not affected me in my household. So as far as I'm concerned,
But this is the thing. I also believe this. Biden has not done a great job. They have not done a great job of talking about the things that they're doing. And what Charlamagne saying, what other people saying, I believe that is true.
And that's what Plies was saying. Like, nigga, talk about that shit. Get out
Talk
there.
about the things that you're actually doing so people
Instead of
can know.
tweeting about it. Trump is out there. Hey, boy, he talking. Hey, he's gonna win this debate that's coming up, which it's funny how CNN just came up with their own, I think, description or rules for you to be able to debate, which is cheating RFK from debating. No problem. He's still pushing the line, doing what he gotta do. But yeah. Which is crazy how they come up with their own rules just to keep him off the debate. So that's how you know he's a real threat to what's going on and really want to change the big corporations to
I think they scared of
Be
what
different.
he might change.
Yeah,
the type of changes
they
he might,
scared.
and that they can't have the kind of control over him that they've had over the other presidents,
Yeah.
and they don't want to give him an opportunity to have people hear him.
But people are hearing him. His numbers are going up. I thought it would never be nothing. Now it's getting heavy out here. I'll just say.
Is it heavy enough?
No, it's getting there. We gonna see when these next few months we got.
That ticket is coming up soon.
It's coming up soon. So I'm gonna say to all y'all people who are undecided, just look at RFK, what he's talking about. We see the crisis that's going on with real estate. People can't afford affordable homes and all of that. Look at his program. He's trying to back and change that to have everybody be able to afford a home, which I'm trying to get out of this high ass rent, which is crazy that Biden ain't doing nothing now about creating something to stop this high ass rent and all these big corporations buying up the properties and making it
So where you got to rent from them?
yeah, because nobody's selling because the interest rates are so high, so nobody's like, I'm not selling my crib and gotta go live somewhere else and pay highest rent. So it just amazes me how Plies is just. I don't know who's feeding him this information or who's just showing him this. But I say if you're going to talk about it, you need to talk about everybody. I don't want to hear, I don't think this person can win. You don't think this person can win because you're not going to vote. You're not going to vote for him, or you don't believe that he can change. He can be the change.
I mean, the thing is if you don't give him if he doesn't have a fair platform in order to be heard, just like Trump, just like Biden, then you can't make a fair assessment. But we've just decided that these are our only two options, and we're just not going to listen to him. That is the part I got a problem with.
Yeah.
Like,
I ain't decided that. And there's no way, I'm going to say it right here, right now, there's no way I'm voting for any of them two. I don't want to hear all this, democracy's at stake, all of that. Ain't nothing been fair for black people since day one. We still been pushing the line, doing what we got to do, regardless of whatever has been thrown out. And if you are sitting there and saying we need to get out and vote because that's at stake, that's not enough. It's not enough anymore. We're not falling for that. Anything we ask, we can't get. You got Camellia and who was our boy?
did you call her Camellia?
Camilla, whatever her damn name is. And what's his name? Steve Harvey. Talking about,
So y'all ain't getting reparations.
people don't want to. We want a direct answer, which I guess she didn't already said it. She didn't already said no. We not giving y'all nothing. But I find it funny how y'all can give another country billions of dollars for war. But that's just crazy to me how they can do that. Like, we're not gonna give nothing for what is owed to people, but they gave everybody else. They gave the Native Americans. They even gave the Jews. They even gave who else? Look, Native Americans, Jews. It was a couple other groups of ethnic people that they gave reparations to. You have to do your own research and pull it up. It'll come back up. But that's just crazy. For
that they don't feel like we're deserving of
that.
something.
So I say, hey.
I think the thing is that they know what we are.
I ain't know the truth.
And they know, like, oh, if we give them what they're deserving of, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
And they're afraid of that.
Ain't nothing gonna happen, niggas. Black folks and niggas are just gonna spend their money with white folks. It's gonna go right back into them. So it really ain't gonna matter.
Unfortunately.
You're gonna have some that disappear. Like, hey, I'm out the country. Like me, I'll probably be out the country. I'll get out the country for a while. Cause I think, who's that? It's a guy. He had a hearing in Congress like maybe a year or two ago, and he broke down the financials of what should be owed for each person. He calculated everything back from slavery up to banks and all the whole thing. And he broke down. I'm gonna have to find his information again. I've been meaning to trying to look for him again. But he gave a solid number, which I think it was still a little bit higher than what he gave. But it was a nice little bag. I was like, hey, I'm with that bag. Pay it out. We shut the hell up. It is what it is. Everybody done got. We can't say nothing no more. So if you fuck up your bag, you fuck up your bag. It's just fucked up. But yeah, so Plies, I don't know, man. I think they done got Plies. I think he done got caught up in something, and they just like, hey, if you don't do this, we're shutting it down.
He even wrote a song.
Which the song I like, which I get, because it talks about America, how they made it. If you're a felon, you can't get rights, you can't get this. You're just the worst of the worst. You're horrible in this country, which we got a lot of people who are ex-felons and all of that. It's hard for them out here. You can't get jobs, you can't get housing, you can't get nothing. It's just hard for them. That which leads them right back to the streets. Like, man, I ain't got no other option. I gotta survive some way. Yep. So I get the song. I get it to the T. But that still doesn't change how he just not. I guess it's like when people only stick to one person that's bad. Even both of them are bad. We can go down through Biden stuff from where it was the three strikes laws way back. Got a lot of fathers, mothers locked up. Whether it was the war on drugs, all of that. And y'all still putting y'all trust in him. No sirree, Bob. We can just go on with what's going on with the immigrants coming in right now. New York is off the chain. Every time I see something crazy in New York, like it was just the other day, they caught the guys, I think it was a guy or guys who violated a 13-year-old girl. It's like, it's crazy. Which I noticed there's been
in New York.
Yeah, which I noticed there's been a lot of it going around, not just in New York, and they all seem to be illegals.
Yeah, because the ones in Houston.
Just recently. Cali, I've just been seeing it crazy. So I'm like, and he ain't doing nothing. Now all of a sudden, I think recently he was talking about he wanted to do something to the border. But a couple years ago, they was talking about there wasn't no border crisis. There wasn't none of this. Oh, Trump is just making it up. But look what we see now. So yeah, I think they got Plies. I think they got Plies. Well, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was some PPP, Big Gates Records, they applied for, and probably was legit, but they done found some loophole. They said, hey, we see y'all got all these millions. We gonna come after you on this unless you do such and such. I'm just assuming. These are my speculations. So these are not actual factuals, but the way Plies been moving with the whole Biden and Trump thing, it just had me
I
thinking.
just noticed that his conversation has been more about the political run.
Yeah.
And maybe, I get it. Let's be fair, because he's gotten older. Yeah. As you get older, the things you never really paid attention to, you pay more attention to. I never really paid attention to this stuff, but I'm paying more attention to it now. And
yeah, I didn't either, but I guess my whole thing is, if you're gonna speak about it, speak about everything. Speak about the truths and the lies on both sides. Just don't stick with one person.
Some people only want to see what they want to see.
It's so much stuff out here. I don't know what's the lie, what's the truth. Everybody's saying this is true. Everybody's saying Trump did this for the economy. Everybody's saying Biden did this. It was the best. It was it. I don't know what is what. All I know is when Trump was in office, nigga, my pockets was better. That's what I can say. Yeah, it was the same normal racial shit that kind of amped up, but that shit's been going on since I was a kid. That shit ain't going nowhere. That shit is not gonna stop unless y'all just really want to get down to the nitty gritty, and y'all know what I'm talking about, and just go all in. That shit's not gonna stop. It's gonna be here. So that fear of that shit is not gonna either. Trying to put that out there is not gonna scare me, because we've been dealing, especially us black folks, we've been dealing with that since we were born here in this country. It's just like we was watching down in Vader, Texas. Did you watch it the other day? How they trying to change, Vader, Texas.
How they trying to appeal to the people.
Yeah, like saying it's not as racist anymore. But I still hear stories about people going through Vader, Texas.
Still, to this day.
Well, but they trying to change. I get it. Nothing wrong with that. But it's still around. It's not going to stop. So them trying to put that fear, they always trying to do them scare tactics. If you don't use this, we going to lose this. See what they're trying to change? See what they're trying to do? It's the same old tool, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. That shit got to stop. That's why I like JFK, because he's not with the... He's like, man, I'm not here for all of that back and forth and stuff with y'all and argument and the crazy shenanigans and antics and all of that. I'm not here for that. I'm here to stick to the line and tell you what it is and how everything needs to change. And that's pretty much where he's been staying at. So that's why I like RFK. So it's not just two, it's three people in there. So if you take your time off the two monkeys, you'll see there's somebody else. There's another monkey in there, because
ain't nothing but
just trying anyway. And even with him, it's a hope and a gamble.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He could be doing the same thing they did to get in there.
And which, he done said, I don't think reparations will happen or could happen. He done said that, but that still hasn't changed my thought on him, on the stuff that he could do.
Because you're just not looking at okay, is the president's gonna give us reparations? You're not just looking at that. You looking at what are you doing that could possibly benefit us as a people, as a whole? How are you going to positively affect my living, my day-to-day? What can you do to make some type of change that's going to effectively move my house into a better space. My household. That's what you're looking at.
And ain't none of them talking that. That's how I feel. No Trump, no Biden is doing nothing to me. Yeah, they say they doing stuff. I'm not going to college. I'm not in college. I'm not trying to spend. People tell you, oh no, you should go and get the education. To spend another 100, 200 grand for schooling. That job is not going to pay you that. And then we already see what the stuff is going on with tuition and stuff. It's like it's a gamble. Unless you're trying to be a doctor or something. I'm too past. Maybe I could be Dr. Smalls. You know, that might sound right. Just let me operate on you if I need to save your life.
You gonna go to college and get all of the
Yeah.
that's a conflict of interest. You can operate on me anyway.
I don't know why, but
But if you gonna go to school and you gonna do all of the work to get the grade,
I'm like, she trusts me. I'm gonna save her life.
I mean, if you ain't doing the work, I'm not.
But damn, I lost my thought with that from the doctor.
That's because you know you was talking crazy.
But yeah, so this whole Trump and Plies and everything, you know, it's crazy. Hey, I need Plies to answer. Like, man, what? How come you not talking? You don't have to answer, but I would like for him to answer. Why you just sticking with going back and forth about these two? And I don't want to hear that. I don't know nothing about the other candidate. Then I think people like that should just be quiet. If you're not gonna speak about all sides,
you can say the same thing about Charlamagne the God. Like, he ain't talking about JFK.
yeah, they ain't had him on the platform, but it's like him with EYL. They all say, well, we don't think he gonna win or he'll be able to do that.
But they don't ever say why.
I think on EYL, you know, it was certain. It was like maybe like one thing or stuff they wanted to change, but they not talking about what he could do or what's possible for him to do. Because like I said, with the house,
anything is possible when you have support.
yeah, anything. That's right about that.
Anything is possible when you have support.
If you ain't got the support, it's not possible. That's what. If you
don't live in a space where you run a president, you don't have no.
Yeah.
You don't need no fucking support. Like,
because even EYL and all of them, they all get support. They partners as they support, people as they support. So that's what make them what they are. So if they're not gonna give him a chance with that same support, that's the problem. And that's why I say ain't nothing gonna change. And which is crazy right now, how they just talking about the draft for 18 to 26.
18 to 26.
And I'm hearing that they talking about adding women to it, because I guess first it was just for men. And I've been seeing all these military stuff on trains, loads, like they shipping out to somewhere. I'm like, something is coming. And it made me think, like, you know what? Biden is about to do a good one.
About to make sure he don't have to get out.
Yeah, he about to lose. So he was just about to call it and go into war.
That's why Russia and old dude, what's the Asian cat?
Asian cat.
Over there, that was refusing to talk to us.
Who, Kim?
Yeah, him and Putin done did a deal the other day.
I ain't seen that. I just seen the one with the Saudis. You know, even the Saudis, they done moved their oil off the dollar. That's a problem.
Yeah, him and Putin.
So
they
I'm
got
like,
a deal now.
You know what? That would be the slickest thing for only thing Biden could do
To keep Trump out.
To keep Trump out, because if we go into war, from my understanding, they won't switch presidents, and that's what it seems like. I'm thinking to me is they play. Everybody know Biden is losing. Polls numbers down. There's no way that he's gonna win. There's no way. I just don't see it. If he win, I'm gonna feel like Donald Trump was the last few years ago. Like, this was rigged. It's a shambles. There's no way he won that.
You think all of the things that Biden is doing as far as trying to get this student loan pushed out?
I ain't even seen that, man. Like I said, all I hear is talk. You know, they all talk a good game when it's time for them to stay in office and make.
I see
and
that they gave more people on their loans and
I think I did. Did I send you something like that the other day? Yeah.
But I mean, you got to be in certain
Well, I think it was for service members or people in, not service members, but
police officers, and I know
and people in public service or something like
and
that. Yeah,
teachers, but you have to be doing it for a certain amount of time before they'll give
so
you.
y'all thinking y'all just finished school or y'all ain't been in public service for like, I think it's like 10 years.
Yeah, it was some stipulations
yeah.
behind it. But I mean, like,
I'm like, for me as a regular citizen working a job, well, where wages haven't kept up with inflation over the last, what they say, 20 years, that's where I'm at. If you're not talking about doing nothing to knock that down, they're not doing anything to make affordable housing or make wages line up with the cost of living right now, that's my issue.
I'm trying to decide as a person who has a student loan, because I think my student loan is, I want to say, I have 2 of them.
I thought it changed to 1 when they other company got in trouble.
No.
But
would I prefer my rent be fixed?
which I'm with what they was talking about last year, that universal basic income. They was talking about giving like anywhere from $1,000 to $1,200 a month for the universal which that would help out a lot for people right now to help with, rent, whatever you got. That would help out when people be saying like, people got them little stimulus packages. Like, them stimulus packages helped out some people who ain't making serious money or can't afford to live. So even when we got the little money for Peasy, that shit helped out. Yeah, that shit helped out. Where it's like, you know what, I was doing okay, but it
both working.
Yeah, it helped out. Anything is plenty, man. Half is better than now, or nothing at all. Devin the dude. I just gotta say that right there. Anything is plenty, and right now, anything is plenty in the U.S. right now. So that ain't nobody talking about that no more. Cause I think who was talking about that? I think that was the Asian dude who was trying to run for president. Or something. I can't think of his name. Or was that Pete Buttigieg?
I think he was Pete.
I think it was the Asian cat who came up with it, but they were kind of hard. Even you know what? I ain't heard nothing from my boy either lately. Bernie. He quiet as a mouse. Normally I always see him. I ain't heard him say nothing in a minute.
He trying to figure out what this effery is going on too.
Yeah. So, yeah, y'all can do what you want, but I just say people need to pay attention to the third candidate. Don't get focused on this whole
shit show.
Yeah, shit show with Biden and Trump, and I wouldn't even.
Because the other day they asked Biden, they was like, "Are you ready for the debate?" And he was like,
"Man,
I couldn't even understand what he said. Like,
he gonna be asleep.
Open your mouth, sir.
He gonna be asleep.
Are you speaking another language? Like."
Even Trump was saying that, like, I'm not worried. He gonna be asleep. Probably gonna be asleep at the poll.
Trump can't talk. He was sleeping his own trial.
I would have been asleep too at my trial. That trial, I would have been asleep.
Okay, first of all, they both owe this.
I would have been. Hey, but Trump seems more healthier than Biden. I'm gonna say that.
Why? Because Trump ain't running into shit.
That too. That helps a lot, nigga. But you not falling off the stage and looking like you don't know where you at. And they talking about like, man, he's got Alzheimer's. And they trying not to say it, but he is showing all the symptoms of it. I'm like, hey, but y'all want, which, as we know, he's not running the country. That's why they want to keep him up here. So the puppets.
He's a good puppet.
The puppet masters who can pull the strings.
He might really be a robot because, like.
He's a clone, but I wouldn't say he's a clone, but man, why would you have that old ass clone up there? After watching, what's my Arnold Schwarzenegger I was watching last night?
Recall?
No, that was
6
Day.
They doubled him, yeah.
Yeah, 6 Day. Hey, y'all gotta go watch some of Arnold Schwarzenegger's old movies, cause what we watched the other day. I watched 6 Day last night, which I gotta watch it again because I dozed off. But we watched Total Recall. If you go to them movies, which I told my kids this year before, like how they was in the self-driving with the OnStar
Mm-hmm.
and was driving and they took back control. I was like, man, this shit is really happening right now. And that was from, I think that was like 86.
Mm-hmm.
I know, well, maybe it was in 96.
Which one? The Total Recall?
I'm gonna have to go back and look at the dates. They were old. They were over 10 years old. 20.
Even in the movie last night, I was seeing some stuff that, like how they were talking about why they started cloning people. Even when they was talking about that.
See, I'm gonna have to go back to it. I forgot what they were saying, but I remember how they cloned the NFL player. He was the XFL player. He was the highest paid, $300 million contract, and he ended up snapping his neck. They was like, well, you gotta take one for the team. He wasn't dead, but they ended up just knocking him off and bringing him back like it never happened. I was like, oh, that's wild. I'm like, you know what? But it was telling at the beginning, you know, how they started cloning a calf back in like 80 something. Oh, was it 80 something? It was, maybe it did. I think it did show the date, but yeah, how they started from there. I was like, you know what? I believe they cloning people. Cause you know what I'm saying?
And they were showing all the different meats and foods and.
I already said Gucci Man clone. Who else out here clone?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
It sure be some weirdness and
But with the
unless this is the alien takeover.
Oh man. If I go in there, people will be like, you lost your mind.
Because
That's what I say anyway. I think the government system has been taken over.
That's why we've been seeing all this chaos shit since January 6th.
Nah, I mean, they didn't took over since, it's been years. It's a whole book that I broke down. We talk about the Huberts. Y'all Google that if y'all want to know
You
more
talked about
it.
it before in another
But
video.
yeah. So that's a whole nother story. So, but we just want to know what y'all think, man. Why is Plies gone to the other side? But it would be crazy if he come out and be like, hey, after all that, I voted for JFK. That would just blow my mind.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I think people should.
Because I haven't heard him say not one thing about him.
That would be even smart. You just talk about the other people, but hey, I'm not voting for none of y'all. I'm voting for him. I'm just not saying that. But which I think is smart and it's, I guess, kind of bad because then
You have the influence over a lot of people.
People with them platforms should come out. It's like Cardi B came out the other day talking about the draft. She was like,
She's like, do you really think that these kids that be twerking on TikTok
today
is built for the service?
It's built for the service. Not gonna happen.
Like, you think them kids is going? Them kids ain't going. You gonna have a whole bunch of Muhammad Ali's. And she do got a point. Because I've been seeing a lot of people be like, I will hide my kids before I will let my children be.
Shit, I just said the same thing. Like, hey, I hide y'all before. Unless you just really want to go, then I get it. But hey, it's your life. If you want to go, go. Unless you're trying to be what is it? A office person in the military. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with
I don't
that.
know. I had a nephew that went into the military and in the Navy, and he was on administrative, and
he was out at
he
sea.
came back right. And I don't know if it's a C, because he was in the Navy.
He was fine for a minute when he came back, but I don't know what happened.
So.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how they get all these people 18 to 26 for the draft. Who's like, man, you got me effed up. Why would I go risk my life for something
That I don't even fully understand. Like
that y'all making up, and we know y'all lying.
Right.
We know that it's not about what y'all talking about. This ain't about no freedom. This ain't about nothing. We all know this is more about
ready to go to the service?
taking control.
What? I'm not going to the military.
If they say 18 through 26,
You gonna want me to hide you out?
12.
You
I'm
12.
gonna hide like Anne Frank.
She said she hide like Anne Frank. Hey, what? I have no problem with our servicemen who out there doing their duty. Let me say that, because we all have family that's in the military and the services, and I done heard stories about the military and the services from the people. The stuff that's going
I
on.
can't write a letter. I don't know how to write a letter.
Now, you know how to shoot a gun? Just pull a trigger. That's what they gonna tell you.
they'll teach you all of that.
Yeah, boot camp. But
I can make it.
yeah, so I salute all the servicemen right there out there risking their lives, which
Doing something I can't.
For lies, cause like, oh boy, I watched off Vlad, the sniper dude.
Mm-hmm.
He talk about like, man, now knowing what I know, he was like, nah, I wouldn't want my kid or nothing to be out there and all the stuff you go through, and you find out the truth of why y'all out there, and it's not what they telling you.
And he did the service. He was in the service for a while.
Yeah, he was in there for a minute. He was in there for a minute. Man, he was like, I think the #1 highest ranked sniper at one point. Yeah, he was picking people off. Yeah, which I think I talked about him in the video before. I can't think of his name right now.
Yeah.
But y'all should pull him up. He was on Vlad. That's the only thing I can say. Y'all just go watch his interview. And
just listen to him talk about.
Only way I think people will start fighting if the war actually came in the country, where you ain't got no choice.
I think right now you're going to have a hard time making people believe or getting people to get on board, because so much is being out in front, and TikTok is putting everything in your face.
And that's why they trying. That's part of why they trying to shut TikTok down.
Yeah, because it's making people, groups and young kids that wouldn't be aware, become aware and seeing things. And now they seeing, like, our government is full of it. And these kids are learning at a very young age, which is a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah, because some of the stuff is dumbing them down. They stay on it too much.
Yeah. Because she be saying stuff about
I'm like, where
government.
You get this from?
Like, where are you finding this at? And I be feeling like I got the wrong news source, because
but then you got something. Hey, I need to do your research on that before I see if that's actual factual.
Right.
But yeah, I don't see people here, and I'm like, hey, for me, I'm like, hey, no, I know all other races probably gonna say this, gonna like say something crazy, but if you're black or brown and you feel you've been mistreated and there's something you want, this would be the perfect time for reparations. It's like, we not doing a damn thing until we get our just due.
They're just gonna lock you in jail. You know what happened if you do not come and sign. If they're telling them that this is the draft, they implement the draft because they need people to sign up. It
will be different though.
I don't think that they are at the space where they're making.
Not yet.
But I think it's coming.
But I think it's coming because, stuff I've been seeing here lately pop up like, oh, sun's coming.
Because what they used to do is, which is crazy because I've noticed the difference between when Slim was in school to Nyla being in school. When we would go to college fairs, you would see an aggressive amount of the recruiters for services. And in the past, they would like, can we sign you guys up to at least get a call just to conversate about it? That was when Slim was in there. Then when
I think they got sued though. I heard at one point because they was going
into schools and doing that
and aggressively on kids or whatever without parents' consent or something.
Right. And
I thought I remember seeing something.
And
watching
then
the video.
when by the time Wavy got to school at the job fair, you seen them, but their way they approach was different. And I'm thinking that's probably around the time that they started getting in trouble for their aggressiveness. But they was calling like crazy. They would call the parents, contact the schools, contact the parents.
And like I said,
I think
for some of it, I say it's good
because some kids need that kind of stability and structure.
Yeah, but you know what? I say, hey, you got all these illegals here.
You keep saying that. I don't necessarily believe that's right.
Hey, this is gonna be your first lineup. If you want to be a citizen,
if they're
you gonna
why do you feel that's saying like you don't feel that they're good enough to say no?
Who's good enough to say no? No, I'm just saying, if you want to come into this country and you here illegally, you didn't do what you were supposed to do.
I believe they should have to sign up just like my kids have to sign up.
Yeah, but they should be. It's like you're gonna have a list.
You're not required.
No.
You live in this America.
I don't know. They might be like, hey.
They don't want your old ass.
If you up, active, and fit, you might be like, hey, you good enough to go.
I don't believe it's going to work like that.
But
I do believe you're saying.
See, you saying that, but if it gets serious enough and their enrollment is so low, they don't have people on there, they going to take whatever they can get. And they didn't. We've seen it in movies play out. Even from the past, I done seen it. It's like, hey, even future movies where I seen the whole, what was the, even though this is a movie, oh boy, with the aliens, I watched, who plays, Oh boy, the lead actor from with damn, what's the name of it? With Groot and them. I am Groot. What's old boy, the white cat? I can't think his name.
You're not talking about the dude who played Thor. You're talking about the dude who played the captain with
all of them. What was the name of the Avengers, the Marvel movie? What was the name of that Marvel's movie with Groot and them? Galaxy. What's the white dude's name? But y'all know what I'm talking about. The movie he just played, where it was like maybe a year ago, where aliens invaded and they had to come back from the future, and they just started recruiting everybody to save the world. You didn't have no choice. They had old, young, everybody in there strapped up and sending their asses off. If it gets to something, which this is really, really out there. I know I'm really out there, but if it gets to something like that, they'll take you.
I don't foresee that. I'm hoping that never comes to play. But I'm not saying that it's not possible. Yeah, okay. I'm just saying I'm hoping.
Yeah, we hope it doesn't come to play.
But I do feel like if you're going to say that the illegals, they should be required to do a minimum of 1 to 2 years of service, then that should go for Americans at all. You can't say, oh, because you want to come into this country.
Yes, you can. You can say whatever. The government can do whatever the hell they want.
That's effed up.
Life is effed up. If they want to say what they want to say, this is what we want. Y'all gonna be the first line. The rest of the natural born people gonna be the second line. So we gonna get our number of people. How y'all want to come in? Let's see how many people want to stay and how many people want to leave. That will weed that shit out real quick, because a lot of people like, I'm not going to so I'm going back to my country.
It's like, I'm not even in the country. Why would I fight for a country I'm not even in yet?
But they already in here. I'm talking about the ones that are in here right now and then came over.
They can't even get control of the people who in here now.
They can. They just not.
They can't even get this under control.
They can get it under control. The government can step in and get it under control. Because all they got to do is setting up them makeshift. They got military bases that are shut down. They can reopen back up and get them shits back going and start putting them people in the military bases and start taking them through training. I've been to some of these military bases that are no longer, which is crazy. I got some stories. I think I told you before. One time we was working at the military base and they had just regular people in there working. And they've been in there for a minute, and they was like, dude, I was just in here and got pulled over one night. I think maybe drinking. Dude was in there for he been in there for a minute. I ain't seen a lawyer, I ain't talked to nobody, nothing. It was something crazy. I do communications, y'all, so I seen a lot of stuff working in certain government buildings and talking to fellow people in communications. Like, it fucked me up when the first time I heard about, I thought about it, but I never really thought about it until my partner was working in Cali, where our ex-president, I can't think of his name now, our black president.
Obama? Yeah,
Obama. He had flew in, and the security, the detail that was working, they was like, oh, that's not him. That's his clone getting off, not a clone, but his impersonator getting off the plane while he was getting off waving. Type of shit, that wasn't him. I was like, for real? He was like, yeah. He was like, hey. You
can't believe everything you hear, sir.
Look, there's certain people I believe and there's certain people I ain't gonna believe. But when you working in the field and they tell you like, hey, dude, he was like, my boy was like, hey, I gotta get the hell up out of here. He was like, man, I just pretend like I didn't heard nothing and just kept walking. Where he, I guess the door was open or whatever.
I can see them having body doubles.
Yeah, which I seen that in other movies.
Them having body doubles, and I can see why it would be necessary.
Yeah.
As well.
But if they go to them lengths, is what I'm saying. Just imagine the lengths they'll go to. With stuff right now.
I mean, I've watched movies. I've watched those shows that were about presidential, and I can see why it would be necessary.
Yeah, I can see why it'd be necessary so you wouldn't get picked off.
Right.
But you got to know who's who and figure out. But man, nowadays, somebody always giving up the secret intel and that people are finding out. But that's it today, y'all. We about to get in. We've been sitting out here for a minute since we pulled back up. I just want to know what y'all think. I don't know if she want to know, but we want to know what y'all think about Plies and this whole draft thing that's coming up.
I mean,
for
I'm gonna
our
be
children.
honest, I don't really care. I mean, I like Plies, but I have a thing, you know, my biggest thing is you have an influence and you have to be careful with the things you say in your influence, because you're influencing the views of other people, whether you recognize it or not. And I just feel like you need to be informative when you do that. And but as far as like, I could give a shit. There's nothing he could tell me that would change the way I feel about that.
Yeah, but
I mean,
for you, but there's a lot of people who like ain't getting the message, ain't hearing stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, if he
pays attention
if
to
he
him,
would give,
that's just like how Cardi B came out the other day and said that about the draft and shit. There's millions. She got millions of fans, and everybody, her fans was like right. They even had to call in on the radio. People was like, hell no.
Right. Cause see, the reality to it is, people was thinking Cardi B was stupid until Cardi B started aligning herself with Bernie, and then you can see that there's an intelligence line up under hers.
Now she aligned she aligned herself with Biden at one time, and now she like,
and she like, but the reason why I stopped. She don't have a problem with being upfront and honest with hers. Like, the reason why I don't fuck with him is because of this. I can respect that, because when she turned left on him, she explained why she turned left. She didn't just leave y'all to speculate and figure it out.
Yeah.
So I can respect her in that, but you know, on a situation like Plies, where you ain't really been talking, you ain't really been talking about that, and then all of a sudden it's like every single video that I'm seeing.
Yeah, that's why I said it made me like you suspect.
Yeah.
But even with that, you need to be. It's just like the streets. Hustlers always showed you the good side, but they never showed you the bad side of what's going on in the street. They see you winning, you popping bottles, you living and everything, but they don't tell you all the traumas and the drama that comes with that in the part of the game. And that's part of with these people out here just speaking for the two sides. They not who's just stuck on two sides and not telling you about the other third side, that there's a good possibility for a change with another person. So that's all I got to say. I'm gonna leave that right here. There's three parties right now that's running.
Do y'all research.
Hey, you can do what you want to do. All I'm gonna say is, hey, if you want something different, don't look at the two that's out in front right now.
Just be well informed.
On
what each person offers. So
if you like paying attention to drama and nonsense, hey, stick with that. But if you tired of that and you want to change, look at the third candidate. That's all I'm gonna say. So, Mr. Mo Style.
Lady Mo Style.
Too easy.
Let me out.
Peace.
Some time, and I want to spend some time with you. Just the two of us.